Top 26 Beautiful Orchid Flowers. These bright and beautiful varieties of orchid can brighten your mood and your garden. Beautiful orchid flowers are one of the most loved blooms that represent luxury and strength. These delicate flowers have around 880 genres and 250,000 different species. Appearance-wise, they look quite unlike regular flowers because of their geometrically shaped petals, which make them highly desirable, captivating, stunning, and exotic. Orchids are considered to be the 14th anniversary flowers. Pink orchids convey affection, white orchids signify purity, red orchids represent love and understanding, and yellow orchids represent fertility. They add elegance and beauty to the flower arrangements and decoration. 1. Brassavola orchids are native to lowlands of Central and South America. They are greenish-white flowers and emit an irresistible citrusy smell. The unique thing about this orchid is that it emits its fragrance only at night to attract the right moth. This lovely flower is nicknamed as the Lady of the Night. They have greenish sepals and petals and have white and yellow blooms. The flowers are star-shaped and measure 1 to 4 inches in size. The flowers last for almost 30 days. It blooms on and off during the year and more so in winter. 2. Catasetum orchids are one of the most unique, fascinating, and unusual of orchids. The male flowers of Catasetum are showy flowers with large blooms and are produced in low light, while female ones are smaller in size. They have big, thick pseudobulbs with an attractive fan of thin leaves. 3. Cattleya orchid was discovered in 1824 and is one of the most popular orchid flowers today. They have around 48 species and are mainly found in the West Indies and Mexico. One stem of this pretty and graceful orchid bears around 2 to 8 flowers of many vibrant color combinations. The flower blooms best in bright light conditions. It is used as a wonderful indoor plant as well as a cut flower. It blooms in colors like red, pink, white, yellow and orange. The flower blooms twice a year and lasts for a week and can rebloom quickly if they get enough light. This orchid flower is a member of Catasetum tribe and has a delightful fragrance. They bloom in yellow, red and green colors. These flowers will be a wonderful addition to your gardens. They bloom in early fall and have amazing and charming fan-shaped petals. 5. Dendrobiums are one of the largest genuses of orchids, having around 1,200 species. They comprise the largest and most diverse catch-all orchid genus. They are quite a diverse genus and can grow in any environmental condition. They grow in bright light, mostly in summers, and take a relatively long time to grow in winter. It grows best in medium to bright light. Some also bloom at other times of the year as well. This beautiful flower blooms in every striking color combination, pendant-like stems of fragrant flowers. Since it is a long-lasting bloom, the flower is usually used by florists to make bouquets. It comes in a diverse range of colors, like white to pink and even green and purple. 6. Epidendrum orchids are one of the oldest orchids with around 1,000 species in the world. It mainly grows in subtropical and tropical regions of the United States and in Argentina. They are quite easy to grow and have cane-like pseudo-bulbs, which grow delicate and alluring fragrant blooms. The majority of this genus has epiphytes and some are lithophytes. The flower ranges from 1/4 of an inch to 6 inches in diameter. Some plants grow pseudo-bubbles, while other possesses cane-like stems. Maxillaria is a large genus with over 400 species of orchids. They are native to North America and get their name from the Latin word maxilla, which means jawbone. This is because most of flowers of this species have jawline-like appearance. The lip of this plant has an arched tongue-like appearance and 3 lobes, which results in a jawbone-like appearance. The flowers have a unique ability to grow rapidly. The plant produces numerous flowers, especially small flowers and bright green leaves. Most of these orchids of this species are highly fragrant. Vanilla orchid is the orchid which produces vanilla. They are an unusual type of orchid as they grow like a vine. It is one of the best-looking and elegant orchid flowers and has a very pleasant smell. Miltonopsis orchids look very dainty with their light green grassy leaves and beautiful, showy blooms. It is a wonderful spring to summer blooming orchid. They are also known as pansy orchids. The plant produces long, thin leaves and the flower varies in color and sizes. They will make good houseplants. This is a large, unruly orchid which delights us with tall spikes loaded with flowers. The orchid has around 44 species and is found abundantly in Himalayas. The plant grows almost 3 feet tall and the flower has smaller pseudo-bulbs that are topped with long thin leaves that drape to form an attractive foliage plant. The flower spike grows from the bottom of the bulb and has many flowers along its length. It usually grows between November and April in early springs and winters. It grows best in temperatures ranging from 50 to 70°F. Since it is an easy-to-care plant, it is found abundantly in indoor gardens. Miltatia is an intergeneric orchid, Miltonia crossed with Brassia. Both these flowers produce a highly scented, multicolored flower known as Miltatia. Davandas are the delightful and unique orchids and are often grown in baskets with their roots hanging down in mid-air. The orchid requires bright light and high humidity and blooms few times a year. It has around 50 species and is majorly found in Asia, Australia and subtropic regions. The plant produces strap-like green leaves and they appear from the axil of the mature leaves. The color and size of this orchid depends on its species. Spathoglottis are terrestrial orchids with purple showy flower. The flower is mainly grown in garden areas because of its size. It grows well in very low temperatures too. Phalaenopsis is a moth orchid and is the most commonly available orchid. It is found all over the world but is found abundantly in Java and South Seas, Queensland, Australia and Philippines. This one is very easy to grow and is the perfect choice for beginners who want to grow orchids. They have large, showy flowers and come in a variety of colors. The flowers can be white, single-colored, striped and spotted. Most of the species have several flowers per stem, while some have 1 or 2 per stem. They have round fleshy leaves and new leaves grow from the center of the plant. It is very popular for its long-lasting ability and big, colorful blooms. They grow relatively quickly and can flower twice a year. As the name suggests, this orchid resembles a monkey's face. It belongs to the genus Dracula simian and grows in the forest region of southeastern Ecuador and Peru mountain. Its scientific name simian refers to the monkey face, while Dracula refers to the 2 long spurs that hang down. The flower has a citrusy smell and smells like a ripe orange when it blooms fully. This orchid resembles a female bee visiting a pink flower to attract the attention of male bees to mate with the flower. When pollination occurs, the bee is covered with pollen which it spread around as it flies, pollinating other flowers on the go. Its scientific name is Ophrys apifera and is found mainly in England, Ireland, and Wales. This one is a gorgeous pink orchid flower belonging to the Phalaenopsis genus. The flower looks unique for the sole reason that it looks like a little bird's head guarding the nectar of the flower. This unusual and enchanting orchid flower is called the white egret orchid, its scientific name being Habenaria radiate. The flower has an uncanny resemblance to the white garnet, spreading its fluffy white wings and is ready to take off. This white orchid produces 3 replacement bulbs and can be easily multiplied if handled properly. It is markedly different from white-fringed orchid. It is found mainly in Korea, Russia, China and Japan. Lady slipper orchids have a very strange appearance. They have a slipper, pouch-shaped labellum in which the pollinating insects get stuck. This big bloom is composed of a hollow pouch, backed by a sepal and 2 petals and bear variegated foliage, which makes them look strikingly beautiful. They are mostly terrestrial. Lithophytic slipper orchids include 4 genres Paphiopedilum, Phragmipedium, Cypripedium and Selenopedium. This orchid grows in all kinds of lights, including low, medium and bright. The flower grows best in 50 to 70 degrees. The multifloral varieties produce several flowers in a single stem. This orchid also resembles a living creature hidden inside it. The flower looks like the bird dove. Its scientific name is Peristeria alata. Flying duck's scientific name is Kaliana major. It is quite a small orchid, measuring around 50 centimeters. This plant grows in eastern and southern Australia. The flower resembles a duck in flight. This orchid flowers blooms mainly from fall to midwinter. The flower is pollinated via male sawflies. The orchid quickly shuts, trapping the sawfly as soon as the insects touch the orchid's labellum. Anguloa is a beautiful orchid which is commonly called tulip orchid because of its resemblance to tulips. The flower grows in intermediate to bright light and in cool temperature to intermediate temperature with high humidity. 2 for leaves are grown from the base of each pseudo-bulb and are around 1 centimeter long. The leaves are deciduous and shed at the start of each new growth. The flowers have a waxy appearance and bloom in colors like yellow, white, green and red. They have 6 inflorescences per pseudo-bulbs and can grow up to 12. The sepals have a bulbous shape and are curved inward, which gives a resemblance to tulip, and have long, thin leaves. It has a very strong cinnamon-like smell. These are mainly found in South American rainforest region. Oncidium is also referred to as the dancing lady orchid and offers loads of small flowers in clusters of 50 or even more. It comes in colors like yellow, tricolor and red. It smells just like chocolates, which makes them all the more irresistible. The flower needs abundant lighting and regular watering to grow. It is very sensitive and prone to rotting because of its large pseudo-bulbs and profuse roots. Thus it is very important to keep the plant well hydrated. It thrives on a few hours of direct sunlight every day. This plant can tolerate temperatures as high as 100 degrees if tree as sufficient air movement. They are wonderfully fragrant and can add a delightful note to your indoor garden. Sarcoculus is a miniature orchid native to Australia. They are lithophytes and thrive on moist conditions without drying out. These are very little in size, grow in clumps and bloom in the spring. There are around 15 species of this summer flowering orchids. These flowers are grown in eastern Australia. It grows in shady places with plenty of air movement and quick draining sand. This is a quite easy to grow orchid and would make a delightful addition to your living rooms. Sarcs have attractive fleshy leaves and produce short racemes with plenty of flowers. It has a very pleasant smell. Odontoglossum orchids are one of the showier flowers of the orchid family. The name is derived from the Greek word odon, which means tooth, and glosso, which means ton. These orchids are fragrant and produce blossoms with ruffled sepals and petals. It blooms in colors like white, yellow, brown, red, purple and some color blends. Zygopetalum orchids are known for their exquisite beauty and boast of vibrant and captivating blooms. These orchids feature lush, glossy foliage and stunning flowers that showcase a blend of colors ranging from deep purples, greens, blues, to occasional hints of white. They are also known for their delightful fragrance, often described as a mix of floral, spicy, and sweet notes that just adds to their allure. Zygopetalum orchids thrive in moderate temperatures with bright, indirect light. With proper care and suitable growing conditions, these elegant flowers grace their surroundings with their unique coloration and fragrance, making them a sought-after addition for orchid enthusiasts. Amazingly beautiful orchid flowers. The orchid represents elegance, purity, power, and wealth. The defining feature of this group of flowers is the geometrically shaped petals that give them an exotic appearance. Naturally, orchids are very popular gift options for friends and family, a lovely addition to your lovely garden, and great for interior decoration.